Hey everyone, it's Kevin Purcell, notebooks.com, and I've got the Toshiba Sataellite P855-S5200. Toshiba bills this as an entertainment PC. It's got a nice beefy Core i7 processor. It's got 8 gigabytes of RAM and a 750 gigabyte hard drive, which is pretty nice for a notebook system. Running around $800. So you're going to pay a little bit for this thing. Sadly, it doesn't have dedicated graphics. It only has Intel HD graphics. And so that's going to limit this. You're not going to play a lot of great video games or anything. But as an entertainment system, when they think entertainment, they mainly mean, watching video, DVD movies, online videos, that kind of thing, playing casual games, those sorts of things. The screen resolution is 1366 by 768. It's got a very dim screen. If you're in bright light, you're going to have to pump up the brightness really high in order to be able to use it, which will lower your battery life. The screen is fairly colorful. It's not a great screen, but it's average. And sadly, that's the best I can say about this system, is that it's average. That takes us to the keyboard. As you can see, it's got a full keyboard with a dedicated number pad, trackpad below it with integrated buttons instead of dedicated buttons down here. The problem is this trackpad is very, very subpar. It's a typical Windows trackpad, which unfortunately means it's not any good. Windows systems just always come with very weak trackpads. Kind of disappointing. Add to that the keyboard. You may not be able to see this, but there's just a ton of give as I push on it. Now I know I'm pushing fairly hard, but even just a little bit, it's just a slight tap. You can see those keys go up and down. And as a result, some of the keys here in the center don't register when you tap on them with your fingers as you're typing. If you're a touch typist, this computer will annoy you to death, which it did me, because many times I have to go back and correct words because they just don't come through. I kind of bang, and it wants you to just slightly tap sometimes, and then other times you just slightly tap and it won't register. So the keyboard is atrocious. That's just the best way I can say it. The speakers, they're Harman Kardon speakers. That's branding that they do. They're loud but not crisp. They don't sound great. So again, for an entertainment system, that's pretty subpar. Let's look at the ports around the computer. First of all, just take a look at the top. It's got a pretty average design. They're not going for wow here. But on one side, as you can see, we've got our headphone jack and mic port. We've got 2 USB ports for a total of 4. The other 2 are on the other side. HDMI out, VGA out, and of course your fan. The system feels sturdy other than that keyboard, except there's a lot of give here on the lid. The hinges here on the back are real stiff, which most people like that. It holds up the display well. I'm having to plug it in because I ran the battery all the way down, forgot to charge it before doing this. But you got your Kensington lock, your power port, an Ethernet jack, which is gigabit Ethernet, 2 more USB 3.0 ports. So it's got fast USB, and here's your DVD drive. It's just basic DVD, no Blu-ray. On the front, there's really nothing except for a compact flash card, and then your 3 indicator lights over here. On the bottom, fans and vents. Here's your battery, the plate where you can take it off to access the memory and the hard drive if you ever need to work on those or replace it. So after using this thing for off and on for about 2 or 3 weeks now, almost a month, I'll be honest with you, I can't really wait to send it back. It's just a real disappointment. So I don't consider this a buy at all. For the reasons, I can forgive the average resolution and the screen. The keyboard, though, for me, a writer, is terrible. And for the price, they're charging way too much for this system. If this was with a better keyboard and $500 to $600 system, maybe. But at the price point that it is at, I can't recommend it. Kevin Purcell for notebooks.com, and thank you for watching.